What's up, everybody? Ty Bartell in with another edition of a Coach's Corner. This time we head to our friends over in Jackson, Milton territory, home of the Blue Jays. Coach of the softball team, Tyler Halavick, joining me today. Coach, how are we doing?
Excellent, Ty. It's the weather's doing good for us today and the rest of the week, so we're in good shape.
I've been hearing that a lot from the coaches and players that I've been talking to. This week's been sort of a blessing this early on in March to get this weather. What are you guys kind of doing to take advantage of it?
Outside every day. We played our first scrimmage yesterday, and we got another one this Friday. So we're doing something every day until it lasts.
When you talk about getting scrimmages in at this point of the season, too, we're winding down to opening day. Official first day is 10 days from now. What are you looking for in the scrimmages at this point in the season, too? And what are things that you're wanting to stand out?
I think one thing we got to see where the pieces fall position wise. I think our team we have everybody who can play and everybody who can compete for a spot. So I'm excited to see that. And then I set up some hard scrimmages with pretty good opponents this year, and I kind of want to see how we face some adversity this year. So pretty excited.
I want to give you a sort of meet the team session segment right now, too, to kind of go through your roster and talk about some of the big names we are going to be expected to see in Blue Jay country this year, and maybe some newcomers, too, that are going to get some significant playing time.
So first off, we got our senior Grace Johns. She'll be behind the plate for us. Very experienced, great arm, great bat, but also a utility player. I could put her out in the field, fly balls, ground balls, anything. So great for us. Keep a lookout for her. She got a big bat. Then we got Brenna Macbeth. She'll be on the mound for us this year. She's a junior. She's a stellar pitcher. Got some speed with her. Very exciting pitcher to watch. She'll be complemented by Katie Byers on the mound with us this year. Exciting ad for us. Great player. She played against us at Western Reserve last year. Killed us, but it's nice to have her on our team this year. So really fun to watch. We got some young freshmen coming in as well. Charlie Estes and Jocelyn Sellers. They've been playing their whole lives, probably since 1 year old. So really fun to watch them grow into some spots here. And we got Emma Johns returning at shortstop. Let's see who else here. Tiffany Tingler will play a big role for us this year. Jayla Barlow will start stepping up into some bigger roles. Gabby Kerr, our left fielder from last year, will be returning. Ivy Macbeth, a great bat for us. So I'm really excited for this team this year. We're going to be killer, and I'm just really excited to watch them blow it up.
You guys were 13-6, if I'm not mistaken, from a year ago. A great season, too. You guys competed in a solid conference as well. Talk to me how you guys are going to build off of that, too, how you foresee yourselves competing in the conference this year.
I think we learned a lot about ourselves and our capabilities and what we're able to do. And I think we kind of surprised ourselves, and we're ready for it this year. We've got McDonald and Ridge we're always looking out for. But anybody in the MVAC's always stellar. It's fun to play those games because they're so tight. Out of conference, we're playing Columbiana, Salem. Wish I had a list on hand right now, but a lot of competitive teams this year that I'm really excited to play against. Like on Friday, we're playing South Range. We got Howland, Ursuline. Just some tough, gritty teams that I just want to beat.
What is kind of the step you want to see your team take this year from last year, too, that might be able to turn some of those close losses and some of those losses into wins this year?
I'm a big believer in the mental game. I think when it comes down to it, the thing that's going to push you through is if you can overcome something bad that happened in an inning before and just do your job afterwards. And just do your job throughout the game. We're going to be pretty good.
You look at this team this year too, and then what you guys are looking and what you guys are returning. That has to be an exciting time right now in Blue Jay country. When you look at this team, what are some of the things in terms of, I guess, leadership that's sticking out to you? Who's coming along and emerging as the leader and the voices in the locker room?
Yeah, it is pretty electric out here. But in that same breath, I got to be on my A game too, because the girls keep me straight, because they expect a lot out of me, and I love it. I love coaching teams who want me to be good too. So leadership roles, obviously Grace John's our senior. I think everybody just kind of falls in line there, but in general, we have a really good meld of a team where they've been playing together for a decade. So I don't see it as a leadership role. I think we all just walk in the same direction, maybe with each other. But Grace would be the one right now.
When we look at this team this year too, I know you guys can't do it on your own too. Head coaches can't do it on their own. I also like to give our coaches a chance to kind of shout out their staff too, and those that are helping out, those around them.
I got a killer staff. They help me out every day. I got Mike Johns with me and Casey Reininger. Casey is my head assistant. She's been working with the catchers, a lot with batting. She was a head coach for a time, but I'm glad to have her as my assistant. She's awesome. Then Mike, he's my pitching coach, and he's been doing a really good job working with the pitchers, making them more consistent and control the ball a lot better. So I think at some point my brain gets overwhelmed, and they just pick up the pieces, and they're great.
What kind of gives you the drive and the love to coach softball too, and be able to lead the youth of next generation?
So this is my second year coaching the sport. I was a baseball guy for a long time, and I hopped over, and I love it. And I don't think it's softball in particular. I think it was the girls in particular. I've watched them in their other sports, and I said, they're just every ounce of pulp hasn't been being squeezed out of this. I just want to see them play to their potential. And I said that yesterday. We're good, but let's get to the best we can be.
So when you talk about kind of coaches and some minds that have helped influence you and shape your kind of coaching mentality, who do you kind of credit that you've kind of tried to emulate or that you've taken inspiration from?
Oh, that's a rough question. I've had so many. I can't name them all, but there's a list. I've been so lucky to be surrounded by. I do football as well, like Coach Bro, Tom Chiglelli. The guy who really started me into it a long time ago, Dan Kennedy from Matthews, Coach Terlecki from Matthews. But how lucky have I been to be surrounded by just bodies of knowledge that get my head right, and the reason why I do this. So shout out to them, and good on them.
When you talk about some advice that you've kind of received, or kind of like a coaching motto maybe that you use too, what's something that you kind of hold close to your chest?
I always say play with your heart on your sleeve, but put it in your pocket sometimes. Sometimes got to know when you put it away, but when you play with heart, I think that really changes the game. But in those tough situations, you gotta protect it sometimes, or put it in your pocket.
When you talk about community support for this sport too, I've seen it help drive teams too, and really help them take it to the next level. How much does that Jackson Milton community, how much does that North Jackson community mean to this softball team, and how much does their support mean?
The community has done so much, in particular this year for us. We got new jerseys this year. The athletic department bought us new pants, so we'll be looking sharp, if not the sharpest in the area. We're going to put up a new batting cage for outdoor hitting, thanks to our foundation. They got us a new pitching machine this year. We're getting help all over the place, and we love it.
Well, in terms of practices and how things are going, what is one of the girls' favorite drills or favorite things that you run?
When we were in the gym, there was this one drill that we did. It was kind of like there's 4 bases, it's just like 60 feet, but we call it 4 corners. So one person threw the ball across 60 feet, they catch it, flip it to the shortstop, and they just go around and around. And I don't know what it is, but they love that one.
What's one that they've kind of complained to you about too? And so not this one too, that they sigh about.
Anything involving any sprinting. I said we better be able to hit the ball far, because you guys don't like to run.
I feel like that's a common theme I've
Yeah,
seen throughout some softball teams too. The running is further down on the list of
yeah.
things that they like to do. When we look at this year too, and just what you expect out of this year too, shout out your first home game too. Shout out to the community too, why they should come out and see you guys.
Um, well, expectations this year, I think anything is in our grasp. District, regional, yada yada, so on and so forth, league. But I think it really comes down to the small things. My expectation for the girls is to do what you're supposed to do in the moment. If you're asked to bunt, bunt. If you're asked to hit the ball, hit the ball. If you're asked to steal base, pitch strikes, just do your job, and we're going to be all right. We open with Salem. That's away. Home opener. I don't have my schedule on me right now, but Salem, we're excited for away. And we had our first technical home opener with our scrimmage yesterday against Crestwood.
So, what kind of identity would you say for this team to have too that that community can expect to see from this year's team?
As I said, they're electric, and it's electric around here. Somebody hit a ball on the ground yesterday, and it had to roll 3 feet, and the fence almost blew off the front of the dugout. They're just so excited for each other, and I'm all for it. And I think if you expect to come to a Jackson Milton game, wear some earmuffs because we're yelling.
For you, how much easier has it been now with this second year going into coaching too, after having that first one under your belt and having some familiarity with the girls?
I think transitioning into the sport was a little difficult for me, but I think the train is on the tracks for sure. And we're rolling. My assistants once again helped me out so much. Mike Johns is a huge body of knowledge. Casey is a huge body of knowledge. So we're doing pretty good this year.
Blue Jay train is on the tracks and they're getting ready to roll. We wish you the best of luck this season, Coach. I know we're counting down the days until opening day, and we'll be seeing you out there on the diamond real soon.
All right. Thank you very much, Ty.